Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with Raider basketball coming your way this evening from Alexandria High School in Alexandria, Indiana. We have your Wapahani Raiders taking on the Alexandria Tigers here this evening in tonight's junior varsity matchup, in which Wapahani, their last time out, thus obviously last evening as we traveled to Westdale. The Raiders took care of business there, so they continue their winning ways and look forward to continue that here tonight, as well as we'll get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame presented by the Muncie Dragway. Now again, the Raiders got the win last night. I believe we're now 4-2 on the season, either 5-1 or 4-2. I can't remember now, but still nonetheless, we got a nice group of young men here. Again, very unselfish group. Everybody willing to make everyone better, and it's really showing. You know, these guys are an impressive group to watch and be around, and the way that they come out and take care of business and conduct their business is extremely important. So hopefully that can continue here this evening with this Raider boys basketball team for not only the junior varsity action, but also the varsity action there as well. Now again, a couple different things I want to touch on here very quickly. Wapahani, again, with coming off of that big win last night, in order to keep that up, you got to continue to play to your strengths here. One thing that I think we've continued to do the pretty good job of here is move the ball. There's been some times where we've gotten maybe too quick with the basketball and then ends up into some turnovers, but still overall do a pretty solid job. So need to continue to have fluency on the offensive end, continue to work the ball, be patient, and settle for that good shot. Whether that be on the inside or the outside, you'd like to see us be a little bit more aggressive and attack the rim. So hopefully we'll see that again here this evening. But also, we have the capability of knocking quite a few outside shots down there as well. So, just something to look at there. Also defensively, got to be solid. Just like any other ball game, this Alexandria team got a couple nice little three-point shooters here, and they definitely like to execute from beyond the arc, but they also have the capability of working the ball inside and have a lot of success in there with some of their post players. So just some little things to keep in mind. Obviously, just like any other ball game, got to get to the free throw line, knock down your free throws, rebounding the basketball on both ends of the floor, especially on the defensive end. You can't really afford to give the opponent any second chance opportunities, so that's always big time. But I'm sure these guys are ready to play and to end this week on a high note, as we continue to hopefully keep our winning ways going, coming off that big win last night against Westdale. So again, folks, we're going to step aside here for a break. Again, we got on here a little bit later than what we intended, because while we was waiting on the starting lineups here this evening, and the head coach here for Alexandria did not get out here until late. And that's why we end up getting on later on here, unfortunately. So we apologize for that. But again, we'll have the starting lineups coming up, and then ultimately tonight's tip-off again between your Wapahani Raiders and the Alexandria Tigers.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. We'll take a look here tonight's non-starters and starters. Again, a little bit of a different camera view for us this evening. Just kind of bear with us. Redbeard's going to do his thing with the camera work, so going to give us the best shot we can to have some good camera work here tonight. But again, that's kind of the cards that we was dealt here this evening. So non-starters include number 4, Luke Willman, number 14, Isaac Shreve, and number 30, Luke Brandon. Now, if you're starters, starting at 1 guard, number 2, Aiden Franks. Starting at 4, number 12, Alden Mahaffey. Starting at guard, number 20, Drayden Gates. At another guard, number 24, Blake Frazee. And at guard, number 40, Jackson Spence. So again, that's the Wapahani Raiders. Again, head coach here, Chris Will, assisted by Jeff Andrews and Andy Zigraff. Now for the non-starters here for Alexandria, number 4, Jack Tapman. Number 10, Michael Martin. Number 14, Jagger Orick. Number 24, Dylan Clark. Number 42, Cole Morris. All right, so now for the starters. Number 12, Kagan Hawkins. Number 30, Owen Harp. Number 34, Tyler Beamer. Number 44, Braden Jacobs. And number 50, Braxton Pratt. Again, the Alexandria Tigers are coached by, let's see here, I think it might be Michael Abernathy. Not quite sure. They don't even have the junior varsity coach on here. They only have the varsity head coach, so kind of bear with us there on that one. But nonetheless, we're getting down to business here with some basketball here this evening. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here tonight as the Raiders will take on the first tip and the first possession of the evening here, led by Aiden Franks. Swung on to Gates here on the right side. Nice screen as Mahaffey was looking for the dump down low. Shot up and good from downtown. Aiden Franks strikes from beyond the arc to receive his first points of the night. Layup no good that time. Loose ball. Spence comes up with it again to avoid from, I guess, zooming in and out all the time to make you all sick out there. We're going to try to get the closest possible without having to zoom in, zoom out, and so on and so forth. So, again, bear with us here this evening. Best we can do with the seat in the house that we got. Frazee takes it in there to the middle, dumps it back out now to Mahaffey, now to Gates, looking to drive inside, finds Mahaffey, three-pointer up, and three-pointer good. A great start here for Wapahani early in this one, already a 6-0 lead after the three-point baskets by Franks and Mahaffey to open up. So number 12, Hawkins, gives the ball away now to number 30, Harp. Back to Hawkins. Now swung over here on the left side. Back up top now. Hawkins leading the charge. Now to Harp. Right corner. Not a whole lot of movement going on. Now we'll see number 50, Braxton Pratt, take it in, dumps it out. Shot's no good there. And the Tigers lost possession of the basketball, but now we're going to have a jump ball in which it's going to favor Alexandria. So number 30, Owen Harp to inbound for the Tigers. All the way outside here, number 34, Tyler Beamer. Now he'll throw it on over here, Harp to Hawkins, guarded by Gates, and nearly a takeaway by Franks. Taking it inside, can't get the bucket to go, and Franks will corral the rebound. Another three-pointer up, no good. Gates with the rebound. Dribbles to the corner and got into a little bit of trouble as they nearly turned it away. Frazee now was looking to drive baseline, but instead we're going to have a foul here on the play on number 50, Braxton Pratt. So that'll be his first, team's first. So Frazee to inbound here for Wapahani. And that's going to be a Raider turnover. And then, luckily for us, Tigers turn it right back over to us. So Frazee again to inbound, a 6-0 lead here with 4:44 remaining here in the opening quarter, and that's going to be a pass deflected out of bounds as the Raiders will still maintain possession rather. Frazee out near half court, on over to Gates. Taking nearly to the middle. Franks here in the corner. Three-pointer up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and that's going to go to number 44, Braden Jacobs. Sit down court now, and a little shot fake and a foul underneath. So the foul there on number 24, Blake Frazee, will be his first, team's first of the half. And a first free throw attempt here by Pratt will be up and rims out no good. So Luke Willman now in the ball game here for the Wapahani Raiders. It's in his first action of the night. Free throw attempt up and good. So Alexandria will get on the board here with 4:09 remaining in the first. On nearly 3 minutes into the quarter. Gates pushing up court along the sideline. Now Franks will do the same. Nearly lost the handle on it, and they're going to get him called with a carry. So made the right call there. Definitely got it a little bit above the shoulders there, pretty close to it. Hand off here, now swung back up top. Pratt finds Hawkins here on the left wing, back to Pratt again. Dumps it to the corner. Harp back to Beamer. And a 2-point bucket right there as the Tigers now within 3. 3.5 remaining. Gates on to Willman. Look at the ball movement there. Frazee takes it to the dish and kisses it off the glass for 2. So first points of the night there for Frazee as he'll head to the line for one more. Foul's going to be on number 50, Braxton Pratt. It'll be his second, team second of the half.
Foul's going to be on number 50, Pratt, the Tigers, his second, team second. Frazee to the line.
So number 24, Dylan Clark now in here for Alexandria. I'm a little surprised they didn't take the young man there, Pratt, out of the ball game, considering now he has 2 fouls. And instead we'll have a substitution here for Wapahani. Jackson Spence back in here for Drayden Gates. So nice conversion on the 3-point play there from Frazee. 9-3 lead Wapahani. Pass down court, taken away. Mahaffey takes it himself, and the layup up and good. You love the aggressiveness there by the young man. As we have a player down on the floor. Back up now and hope the young man's all right. Took a little hit to the head on the way down. It's now number 42. Cole Morris now subbing in for the Tigers. Again, it'll be Alexandria basketball. 3:09 now to play in the first quarter, and the Raiders right now all over the Tigers, which is exactly what you want to come out here and look. You come out of the gate here, strong start for the Raiders. And that's continuing here, not having too much of a letdown, as we'll have a foul underneath and the basket. So that was just a series of really unfortunate events right there. You had a deflected pass. Nearly was able to come up with a turnover, but unfortunately didn't work out for us. So we'll have the foul here on Jackson Spence, his first, team's second, and off with the free throw, so unable to convert on the 3-point play. With the Raiders up here by 6. Frazee on the right side looking for that screen. Willman will set it for him, rolling off of it. Finds Mahaffey now on the left. Spence to Franks, 3-pointer up. off the mark that time. Rebounded by number 44, Jacobs of Alexandria, as Harp is pushing it up court quickly here and then backs away to find number 44, Jacobs, here on the right side. Jacobs takes it into the middle, dumps it to the corner. Now up top again here, number 42, Morris will find number 30, Harp, on the back cut. Is able to get the bucket to go and the foul. So the foul here on number 2, Aiden Franks, is first, team's third. So got the free throw to go. So what was a 8-point lead now is dwindled down to just 3. Frazee in a little bit of trouble here. Deflected pass. Franks will recover the basketball back to Frazee. Now Willman along the baseline. Shots up and good. Nice range there for Luke Willman. And now we'll have a blocking foul called on the Raiders. And that's going to be on number 24, Frazee. So he'll pick up his second, team's fourth. So that's a big miscue there for the Raiders. Love to have him out there on the floor, but probably won't be seeing him at least till about the midway point in the second quarter at this point. Pratt looking to drive here, but bobbles the basketball, and I believe that was Franks on the ground, and we have a recovery there as it's going to be the possession arrow favoring Wapahani. So Spence to inbound. Franks will walk it up floor here for the Raiders. Spence will give away to Franks. Now on to Gates on the left wing. Moving the ball around the perimeter here. Unable to find anything on the inside. Gates takes it to the rim, and the aggressive take works out beautifully there, as Gates will come up with his first points on the night as the Raiders extend the lead and then come up with a turnover. Pass down court. Gates to Willman for 2. And back to a 9-point lead. Willman now 4 points. Very nice find there from Gates. Could have went up for that layup, but instead dished it off there to a open Willman. And we'll have a timeout taken here by Alexandria. They'll be their first charge timeout of the night. And we actually have 1:02 remaining here in the first quarter. So we'll step aside here for a quick break, and we'll be back with more right after the timeout. All righty, folks, welcome back out of the timeout here again with the Tigers down now by 9. The Raiders have been able to convert here on the offensive end here about the last 3 or 4 possessions. That's extended that lead right where it used to be, or pretty close to it anyway, and now the basket will be up and good. Number 42, Cole Morris for 2. Spence will push the ball up floor quickly here. He'll find Mahaffey. Now cross court. Franks back to Spence again near half court. Franks now to Mahaffey. He'll give away again here to Spence. 21 seconds remaining. Like I said, overall, very good first quarter play here for the Raiders. Let's see if we can top it off here, as we'll have a foul on, I believe it's number 24. And indeed it will be. So Dylan Clark will pick up his first, team's third. So Gates will inbound along the side. 6 seconds remaining. Inbounded to Mahaffey. Looking to go to work, and the foul on the floor before the shot. We'll put 1 more second back up on the clock. So another foul here on Clark. His second, team's 4th. So an inbound play along the baseline. Franks finds Mahaffey, deflected out of bounds off of Alexandria. So the Raiders retain possession here. And Franks with the 3, no good there. We apologize, a little glitch on our clock. Went from 2 seconds straight to 0. So nonetheless, here 17-10 at the end of the first quarter. Wapahani on top. We'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with your second quarter of action here on the WHS Network. Alrighty, folks, welcome back live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here for some Saturday night of Raider basketball. Again, it's the holiday season, so again, Merry Christmas to all of you out there in Raider Nation. We hope all of you have a very good Christmas with all of your loving family throughout the holidays. As we're back to basketball here to begin the second quarter, again with Wapahani on top, 17-10. Swung on here, number 10, Martin on the left side. Three-pointer by Jacobs, no good. Hawkins will come up with a rebound, but that's all because he was over the back. So Hawkins will pick up his first, team's 5th. So Spence will inbound again, not allowed to move along the baseline here. He finds Gates, pushing up floor quickly here, and looked like to me he got away with a turnover. Mahaffey underneath, layups up and good. Another great find and another great finish. Mahaffey now with 7 points, and the Raiders back to a 9-point cushion here. Harp will give away to Hawkins, now to Martin, as number 44, Jacobs, will find Harp again here on the left wing. Back here, Jacobs, along to Hawkins. So some solid defense here from the Raiders, making the Tigers uncomfortable here offensively, really not able to get any kind of shot look there, as we'll have a foul on the shot, and it's going to be on number 20, Drayden Gates, so that will be his first, team's 5th, and again number 12, Kagan Hawkins, will be at the line for 2 shots. So the first one up and good. Second free throw attempt up and good as well. So 2 for 2 from the line there for Hawkins during that trip to the charity stripe. Back to a 19-12 lead now. Frazee with the basketball. On the Spence at half court, now to Franks. Spence again along the baseline near the corner, drives inside, shot's going to be up. No good. Right idea as Shreve will come away with it. Now passed all the way back across court. Frank's going to work to find Mahaffey, and he'll give away to Blake Frazee here near half court. Spence with a screen, rolling off of it. Frazee in a little bit of trouble. Franks with a back cut and the finish. Great IQ there by Aiden Franks. Recognized Frazee was in a little bit of trouble there. And then, luckily for him, it worked out. Franks in the corner, no good for three. Again, Aiden now 5 points on the night, and we'll have a foul on number 2, Aiden Franks. That'll be his second, team sixth. So number 30, Owen Harp, will walk the ball up floor here for the Tigers, again with Raiders up by 9. 4:45 remaining here in the first half. Shot fake by Jacobs, no good. Mahaffey cleans up on the rebound as Frazee motoring down floor to find Jackson Spence. Mahaffey takes it inside, and a foul before the shot. Tell you what, we're seeing a lot more aggressiveness here this evening. Which is what I like to see. You know, really, it doesn't allow the opponent's defense to get settled in. They're always on the move there, and you're able to work the ball around and then get the ball inside somehow. Like I said, it's going to make for a heyday. Again, that foul is on Hawkins, his second, team's 6, by the way. As we'll have another reach-in foul. This looks to be on Isaac Shreve. And indeed it will be, so that will now be his first, team 7th. So the Tigers now in the bonus. So that will send number 42, Cole Morris, to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. Wapahani 21, Alexandria 12. 4:19 remaining here in the first half. Off the mark there with the free throw. Frazee comes up with the rebound. Pushes it up court. Mahaffey to Spence, now on to Frazee. Right idea, look at that beautiful finish from Jackson Spence. A great find there by Blake Frazee as the Raiders continue to pick up on this. Full court pressure, Shreve with the steal, Franks with a layup, and the Raiders go up now by 13. Again, all started with some solid defense there by Shreve. Another turnover here for Alexandria, now 7 here on the evening. Franks gives way to Frazee, now in the corner to Shreve. Kick back up top. And now Spence will find Aiden Franks for a 3. Off the mark there, rebounded by Braden Jacobs. Harp now loses the basketball, tipped nearly out of bounds, saved, but then Spence will come up with it. So 3 consecutive turnovers, but then the Raiders give it right back to him. And now pickpocketed by Franks right there with another 2-point bucket. So 9 turnovers now for Alexandria. For heaven's sakes, he had, 2 of them right there in that same possession, essentially. Dumped down low, and another turnover for the Tigers. Things have really went haywire for them within this last minute or so. We'll see Willman back in. So inbounded here to Willman, back to Frazee, pushing it up floor. Again, we have Frazee, Willman, Gates, Spence, and Shreve on the floor here for Wapahani. Spence here now gives way to Shreve in the left corner, driving baseline. Nice help side defense there. Willman steps to Frazee. He'll take it inside and kisses it off the glass for 2. The aggressiveness. Job well done right here as we're going to have stoppage. Not sure exactly why. Okay, so again, we still don't know what the reasoning is behind that. I don't know. They might not have even had 5 players on the court, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure. But we are going to be at the line here for a free throw, I'm assuming because of a tactical. So the free throw up and good for Frazee. And the other one will be up and good as well. Nicely done there by Blake Frazee. So, I mean, you want to talk about the wheels really falling off here for Alexandria. I believe the Raiders are now on, I believe that's now a 10-0 run, 10 or 12-0 run. So, yeah, it looks like, at least I'm assuming anyway, that they might have only had 4 guys on the floor. I don't know. They had one guy over there was looking to sub in, so I don't know if that was that 5th guy that never got in or what the case might have been. I still don't know, but that's just all speculation there. Willman comes up with a rebound. Frazee right back at it, and the layup up and good. So the Raiders continuing to be in attack mode. Strong start here, 33-point first half so far to this point with a minute and a half remaining. And we're going to have a reach-in foul. Put a few more seconds back up on the clock here. So the foul here on Shreve will be his second, team's 8th. Number 42, Cole Morris at the line. 1-1 coming his way. And the first one will be up. No good there. Spence cleaning up on the rebound. And here come the Raiders back the other way. Shreve here on the right side. Spence was looking to set the screen now. Willman on to Gates. Gates driving baseline. He'll dribble it back out to find Spence. Franks driving it, shots up, no good. A little bit of contact there, but no call made. And Harp will lose the handle on it. Now 12 first half turnovers for the Tigers. Again, I would be willing to bet at least 6 or 7 of those have came within probably the last 2.5, 3 minutes here. Spence narrowly turned it over, and now another loose ball. Gates will come up with it. Shreve to Willman, back outside. Frank's three-pointer up, no good. So Aiden having a little rough way to go from beyond the arc here this evening. Another takeaway, 13 of them now. As activity assumes here for Wapahani. Very, very active here this evening, and that's what's been able to get them to the nice, comfortable 21-point lead to this point. Not only that, but continued aggressiveness. Frank's corner three, that time knocks it down. His second three of the night. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So your halftime score here, folks, Wapahani 36, Alexandria 12. We'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with more on our halftime report live on the WHS Network.
Need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Alrighty, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, live on the WHS Network on YouTube.com, again with our halftime report coming your way here this evening with the Raiders, and again on the smiling side of the scoreboard here so far, 36-12 lead at the half over the Tigers. Scoring breakdown, I'll tell you what, really a nice balanced attack here from everywhere. I think we've really seen a lot of success on both ends of the floor, creating turnovers. On the defensive end, created 13 first-half turnovers off the Tigers. Again, this was a fairly close ball game. I mean, we've had a pretty nice sizable lead for a good majority of the ball game here. But I think we was out to right around, I think, like a 19-10, 19-12 lead. And things went very south for Alexandria. Again, unfortunately for them, plus side there for us. But again, it all started from a scoring breakdown here. It all started with getting these defensive stops, creating turnovers, and just causing disruption, which then translated into points here on the other end. We're able to convert on all these opportunities, and that's what you like to see as a coach and as a fan, us coming out here and executing when given the opportunity here. So the Raiders were led here in the first half by Aiden Franks at a team-high 14 points here so far. Alden Mahaffey right behind him with 7. Blake Frazee 6 points. Then also we have Luke Willman with 4 points. Then Isaac Shreve, Drayden Gates, and Jackson Spence all with 2 points each, again for a grand total of 36 first-half points. And again, that's what I'm just talking about, the balance. We've seen a ton of balance offensively here. We found our identity. We've knocked a couple, 3-shot or 3-point baskets down, 3 of them so far here on the evening. Had some good looks. I know I talked about about Aiden Franks earlier. He's missed a couple of open shots. That's just part of the game. You're usually seeing him, knock those 3-point baskets down, but he's really had a nice evening here so far. Mahaffey's done a really solid job, again, aggressively taking the ball to the basket. Willman, coming off the bench here this evening, has really put in some very good minutes, and being able to put a couple points up on the board. Defense has been fantastic. Frazee, Gates, Shreve, these guys really putting in a lot of work, coming up with some defensive stops, creating some turnovers, and then again being aggressive and taking the ball to the hole. Jackson Spence doing much of the exact same thing. So every single one of these guys, it doesn't matter who it is, all of them have contributed greatly to this sizable 24-point lead, and now you just build off of it here in the second half. Keep doing what you're doing correctly. and build off of what you're doing from a solid standpoint on the defensive end, and then the offensive end, again, will continue to take care of itself. But, really what I like the most offensively about it is just we're being aggressive. We're not just settling for outside shots. If it's open, that's great. But we're constantly taking the ball to the rack. And, if it's not open, we just dribble it right back out, or we pass it back out, find the next open opportunity. And usually we've been able to cash in on that chance. So very good first half here for your Raiders. Hope to, again, continue that here to start the second half. We have right at about 4 minutes left of the halftime. We'll probably have both teams coming out here fairly soon to go through their little halftime warm-ups. But, folks, we'll step aside here for a quick break. And we'll be back here with the finishing touches of our halftime report live on the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here with the finishing touches on our halftime report. Again, with Wapahani leading Alexandria here at the half, 36-12. Just to finish things up here again, this is our last broadcast until after Christmas. So, again, we want to wish all of you out there in Raider Nation a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as well. We'll see you before then, but we hope you all enjoy your time with all your loved ones. It's always a great time of the year, and so we hope all of you enjoy that time. Our next broadcast will be next Saturday, as we'll be traveling to Bankers Life Fieldhouse, again, the home of the Indiana Pacers and Indiana Fever, as we'll be having a doubleheader going on that evening. It's going to be a very busy day there at the Fieldhouse, Bankers Life Fieldhouse. They have, it's called the Really Big Basketball Holiday Show, and I am not making that up. That is literally the title of it. So whoever thought of that was very creative. But nonetheless, that doesn't matter. But again, it's called the Really Big Basketball Holiday Show, and they'll be having 2 or 3 other different games before ours. But your Wapahani Raider boys basketball team, again, it's varsity only, will be taking on the Frankton Eagles. That's supposed to be a 7 o'clock start time. I doubt that that's probably going to be exact. I would probably say more close to 7:30, 7:15, 7:30 if I was a betting man. So again, that will be next Saturday night. Then following that game, your Wapahani Lady Raider basketball team will be in action taking on the Muncie Central Lady Bearcats. So we'll have both of those games, 2 games, one night. Get a nice, real nice bang for your buck. If you're not able to attend the ball games at such a beautiful facility, we'll have it right here on the WHS network. And even if you can make it and you still want to go back to watch it, well, obviously you're more than welcome to do that too. But it's going to be a great night of basketball, and we hope that all of you not only come down to attend the ball games and show support for the Raider basketball teams, but also watch us on here as well. So, like I said, it's going to be a great night. We hope you join us there for that. Again, coming up next Saturday, December the 28th, again from Bankers Life Fieldhouse, the home of the Indiana Pacers and Indiana Fever. So, folks, we'll step aside here for a break. We got the third quarter coming up live here on the WHS Network. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here as we open up this third quarter play again here from Alexandria High School in Alexandria, Indiana. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here for some Saturday night basketball. Again, back-to-back nights of Raider basketball. Again, we was at Westell last night. This junior varsity team victorious, and they're well on their way to claiming another win here tonight. Just got to keep on the right side of things, and that's exactly what we do right there. Mahaffey good for 2 to add to his total. Now 9 points on the night. Shot's going to be up, no good that time. Rebounded and now put right back up there by number 50, Braxton Pratt. So that's the first points in a while. I think the Raiders, if I remember correctly, went on, I think that might have been actually like a 16-0 run possibly, 17-0 run. So Mahaffey strikes for a 3-point basket there. Turnover, Franks takes it inside, rolls offside of rim, no good. And collision at the free throw line between the Alexandria players. So both of them looks like they're all right and just kind of shaken up. So I'm not even sure whose basketball it is. I think Wapahani took over or regained possession of the basketball, but I'm not even quite sure, to be honest with you. Okay, so it looks like it's going to stay with the Raiders. Again, 41-14 is your score. And Aiden Franks will inbound here for the Raiders. Again, up here by sizable 27-point lead. Now to Frazee up top. Mahaffey at the elbow will get it stripped away from him. 4th turnover now overall for Wapahani, and Pratt up and good with the left hand. Frazee maneuvers his way inside, outside to Mahaffey. 3-pointer up and 3-pointer good. Alden Mahaffey feeling the magical touch here this evening. Coming out here with now 8 points in this third quarter. Again, all of them so far here for Wapahani. This came by Mahaffey. Spence there with a rebound. He'll push it up floor and now give away here to Frazee. Now down court, Franks looking to go to work right here, back up top. Franks now in the corner, pops up a 3, no good there. And that's going to be deflected out of bounds, and looks like it's going to be off of Wapahani. So we'll see Luke Brandon now in here for the first time tonight. So again, Brandon now in the ball game here. I believe he just came in there for Jackson Spence. So we have Franks, Gates, Brandon, Mahaffey, and Frazee on the floor. With 4:36 to go here in the third, Franks with a takeaway, shot fake up, and shuffle the feet. So an unfortunate turnover there by Franks. Harp will find outside here to Martin for 3. Short right there, and Frazee will come up with the basketball and push it up court quickly here. Gates, left side, takes it in, dribbles it back out. Now Frazee to take charge again here and slow the Raider offense down, set something up. Gates for 2 and got the bucket to go. Nice little action there on the shot. So Gates now 4 points on the night. To Martin, up top to Harp. Swung on now, cross court again, Martin for 3. And that time he'll knock it down from beyond the arc. Frazee on to Gates. Had a free opportunity there, but decided to slow things up again. Now 3:21 to play here in the third. Franks will take it to the free throw line. Shots off the mark there. Rebounded there by number 50, Braxton Pratt. Pratt this time no good for two. Franks corrals the rebound. Frazee taking it inside and off the backboard, no good, but fouled on the play. So the foul will be on number 24, Dylan Clark. So that'll be his third, team's first of the half. So the first free throw will be up and good there for Frazee. So Cole Morris will now re-enter the game here for the Tigers. Second and two for Frazee. Will be up and it will be good. Nicely done. Still continued solid night here for Blake on the night. 8 points now for Frazee. Into the middle, Morris back outside here. Clark for three, off the mark. Frazee corrals the rebound, and again we'll push it up floor quickly here for Wapahani. Gates underneath, no good on the shot. So Clark coming back with some Clark with a shot fake there, up and good for two. So now 48-21. And we'll have a reach-in foul called on, looks like it's going to be here on Clark again, potentially. And indeed it will be. So Dylan Clark will now pick up his fourth, team second of the half. So we'll see number 14, Isaac Shreve, and number 40, Jackson Spence back into the Raider lineup. Again with Wapahani on top here by 27. Just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the third. Frazee takes it in, shots up, no good. Rebounded by number 42, Morris. Harp will push the ball up the floor here for the Tigers. Little turnaround shot, up and good. So the foul here on number 24, Blake Frazee, his third, team second of the half. Again, Harp at the line for one more and able to convert and complete the three-point play. Frank splitting the middle, so much for that, I guess, full court press put on. Shreve now up top to Frazee. 48-24. 1:37 to go here in the third. Brandon now hand off here to Shreve. Back to Spence. Spence with the screen, and Franks was looking to dish it down to him off the roll-off, but pretty nice defense on behalf of the Tigers that time around. Franks will take it inside and unable to get the layup to go, but fouled on the shot. So Aiden will now head to the charity stripe here for repairs. The foul will be on number 34, Tyler Beamer. So that will be his first, team's third. So again, we got Franks at the line for two. First one's up and no good. Second free throw attempt up and no good as well. So rough trip to the line there for Aiden, as it's going to be, I guess they're saying out of bounds off of Alexandria, or I'm not quite sure. Now we got a meeting of the minds. And we'll see what the verdict here. It's going to be Wapahani basketball. So that worked out well there for the Raiders. Still can come up with a couple points here at least. Frazee will save it, and instead he's going to step on the out-of-bounds line while doing so. So now 6 turnovers for the ball game for Wapahani. So we'll have a foul now on Wapahani. It's going to be on number 4, Luke Willman. So Willman will pick up his first, team's third. Harp to inbound. He'll find Morris. Back to Harp in the corner. Three-pointer up. And tickles the twine from downtown. So the lead now down to 21. Nice aggressive take. Frazee with contact and all, able to get the bucket to go. Solid job there from Blake, but then Hawkins comes right back, fights through some traffic there, and able to get a bucket of his own now, back to a 21-point lead. I would imagine here the Raiders going to try to find something, hopefully here on the inside. We'll see. Again, our clock trying to match up here with the game clock here in the gym. It's going to be out of bounds with 1 second remaining. So now Mahaffey will return to action here for Willman. We'll have Franks on the inbound. At least here in a moment we will. Not sure why it was taking so long. Inbounded to Mahaffey. Shots up and no good. So that will be the end of the third quarter. Wapahani leading at 50-29 at the end of 3. We'll step aside here for a break, and we got your fourth quarter of action live right here on the WHS Network. Don't go anywhere, folks.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All righty, folks, welcome back here as we open up this fourth quarter with Wapahani on top here 50-29 as Hawkins attacking the basket aggressively right there. Mahaffey takes it inside, no good on the shot, rebounded, and now tipped away, and we'll have a reach-in foul called here on Wapahani. Looks like it's going to be on Frazee. And indeed it will be. So Frazee will now pick up his fourth, team's fourth of the half.
Raiders, Frazee, going to be his 4, team's 4.
So Hawkins with control of the basketball here for Alexandria. Again, 50-31 now your score. The Raiders have been out to, I think, the maximum of a 27-point lead. And that's going to be a traveling violation every day of the week and twice on Sunday there. So now 4 second half turnovers now for the Tigers. Now gives them 17 for the game. A little full-court pressure put on by the Tigers, but really not a whole lot to show for here. Everybody just kind of backs up. Mahaffey in the corner. And we're going to have a foul here on the play. I guarantee you that probably didn't feel good for any of those players again. We've had quite a bit of contact here this evening. So the foul there on number 44, Jacobs, his first, team's fourth. So Jacobs not looking too good right there. Might want to get him out of the ball game. Might have just knocked the wind out of him a little bit. Shreve looks to be okay, so that's great. The smaller guy took the brunt of the hit, and it came out the bigger guy, I guess, on the losing end right there, figuratively and literally picking up his first foul here of the evening. Like I said, looks like Shreve's all right. And we're going to have a timeout taken here by Wapahani. So the Raiders with their first charge timeout here of the night. And we'll go ahead and stick right here with you again. We'll have a short Raiders Live post game to follow this junior varsity game here this evening, because we got to get some other things set up and ready to go for the varsity broadcast here tonight as well. So we'll kind of shorten things down with the post-game report again at the conclusion of tonight's junior varsity broadcast. So the timeout over with here. Again, it'll be Wapahani basketball. Willman now to inbound here for Wapahani. Mahaffey now to Gates. And that's going to be a foul called here on number 24, Dylan Clark. Oh. I guess that's his fourth. I had it down for his fifth foul of the evening, so I'm not sure where we went wrong there. But nonetheless, it's still a 15 foul. Franks here for two, gets fouled on the play and knocks down the shot to go with it. So Franks will head to the line for one more. The foul on number 42, at least that's what it kind of looked like. So I guess it was on Morris. It's hard to see what the referee puts up all the way down there. So the foul was on Morris, his first, as Franks was able to knock down the free throw now. 53-31. Martin will swing it up top and get it taken away. Mahaffey for two. No good. Gets his own rebound. Goes right back up with it and scores it. So that lead again dwindled down to 19 from 27. Now I've got it right back up to 24-point cushion. Hawkins well off balance there. Gates will come up with it, but then turn it right back over. Got some heavy traffic down there underneath the basket. Hawkins up top to Clark, takes a shot for two and drains it. Spence trapped there along the side, finds Franks. No reason to worry there, and Willman will be fouled on the play. So the foul's on number 24, Dylan Clark. So that's officially going to be his 5th. So he gone. It's team 7, so the Raiders now in the bonus. And we'll see Luke Willman at the line for the 1-and-1. First free throw attempt will be up and off the front iron, no good. So Hawkins out near half court, guarded by Gaines. He'll give way to Martin. Martin now on over to number 32, which is not on our roster sheet. Three-pointer by Pratt, well off the mark there, rebounded by Gates. Again, push it up the floor quickly here for the Raiders. Again, up here by 22. And an over and back violation called. Really not much more you can do there if you're Gates. I mean, obviously, yes, to obviously pass the ball, but, really other than that, double teamed, trying to get by him. It's a bad situation overall there for himself. 8 turnovers now for Wapahani. 4:15 to play in regulation. Martin here on the left side, back over here now Hawkins to number 44 Jacobs. Hawkins takes it in, shot's going to be up and no good. Gates corrals the rebound. Tell you what, these guys have really had a nice solid game. Gates has been everywhere. Franks, Mahaffey, Willman, the list goes, Frazee and Shree, everybody. Spence has done a nice job. Brandon's been doing a solid job in there since he's came in there in the third. Just good work here by everybody. Very nice group effort. Gates finagling his way through the Tigers defense, now gives way to Franks. Get a little keep away here to run some time off the clock. Mahaffey in the corner, three-pointer up and three-pointer good. That young man has been on fire all night long. Again, instilled into the starting lineup here this evening. And it has been an absolute runaway here for him tonight. Out to a 25-point lead again here. Frazee will return to action here for Drayden Gates with 3:01 to play. Inbounded here to Franks, now back over to Frazee, and the Raiders again will motor up floor on the Aiden now. Alden will find Blake Frazee. Very nice take. Frazee again dribbled inside, then kind of took it back a step or so, then went right back in. Confused his defender and worked out beautifully there. Now Martin for 3, no good. Frazee with a rebound. And again, the Raiders off and running. Again, back up here by 27, tying their largest lead of the night. Mahaffey finds Frazee. There's Brandon for 2. Great ball movement and a great finish there for Luke Brandon. So now it's official. Every player on the Wapahani Raiders now at least has 2 points, minimum. That's great unselfish basketball right there. So we got a foul on the floor. So the foul on number 30, Brandon, his first, team's 5th.
His first. Entering the Tiger lineup, first time tonight, number 4, Jack Tapman. Also number 14, Jessica Left.
See number 14, Jagger Orick. Come into the ball game now, as well as number 32, which again we do not have his name, so apologize there for that young man and his family if you're watching. Frazee back over here to Franks, and again just running the time off here. Again, coming up with a big win here tonight, putting 62 points up here so far. I mean, that's a darn good night at the office from the offensive standpoint here for the Raiders. Had a lot of good looks. Mahaffey, shots up, no good. Bounced around there, and Willman will come up with it, and we're going to have a foul on Wapahani. And also in here for Alexandria, number 4, Jack Tapman. So Isaac Shreve back in here. The foul was on Luke Willman, his second, team 6th. Hawkins passed on over here to Orick, and that will be another turnover. Gives them now 19 turnovers for the ball game. So another over and back violation on Wapahani. Now 9 turnovers overall for the Raiders. Done a very good job overall of taking good care of the basketball. The second half been a little hit and miss a couple times, but again, turnovers are going to happen. Just want to limit them to nearly as little as possible. So number 42, Cole Morris, inbounding outside here. Number 14, Orick. Now swung on to Tapman, back up top. Here's Orick, now shot fake there. Nearly, he would have went up with a shot right there. That would have been 3-shot foul. And we're going to have a shot along the baseline here on Brandon. So that'll be his second, team 7th. So now the Tigers in the bonus. And that will send number 50, Braxton Pratt, to the line for the 1-and-1. So the first free throw here for Pratt will be up and good. So that makes it now 62-34, 28-point lead here for Wapahani. You got to put a few more seconds back up on the clock again. I always start it right when they do, but for whatever reason, our clock on here has always had a glitch. Not quite sure why, but that's technology for you. So sometimes it's exact, sometimes it's not. So, again, nothing we can do but apologize for it. Shreve on to Franks, and the Raiders are going to again roll on to a big win here tonight, 62-34. Back-to-back nights of winning basketball here for Wapahani as they keep on keeping on and add another tally to the win column. So your final score here this evening, folks, your Wapahani Raiders 62 and Alexandria Tigers 34. So, folks, we'll step aside here for a quick break. And, again, we'll be back here with a shortened version of our Raiders Live postgame coming up on the WHS Network.
Need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again live here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again with our Raiders Live post-game report. Again, the Raiders here on the smiling side of the scoreboard here this evening with a 62-34 victory over the Alexandria Tigers. So a good win to head into Christmas break. Again, back-to-back nights of couple very good wins here for this Raider basketball team. I believe we're on a 3-game winning streak now. I believe we're should be, I think, now 5-2 overall, if I remember correctly. So a big win here tonight for this junior varsity team. And scoring breakdown looks as such here. Alden Mahaffey, team high 20 points, followed by Aiden Franks with 16. Blake Frazee, 12 points. Also here we have Luke Willman with 4. Drayden Gates with 4. And then to finish up here, you have Isaac Shreve, as well as Luke Brannon and Jackson Spence with 2 points each, again for a grand total of 62 points scored here for Wapahani. So again, a great win here tonight. Again, started all there on the defensive end. We created 19 turnovers on Alexandria. Might have missed maybe 1 or 2 there, but I think I'm pretty much right on the mark. But just did a solid job on the defensive end, creating tons of disruption and made Alexandria very uncomfortable on the offensive end. They was out of control for a good majority of the game to where they really couldn't get anything going. And that was big here for Wapahani. Was able to then convert on the offensive end and continue to push this lead forward. It got up to as much as 27 there for a while, then went back to 19. And then I think we got it up right there to as much as 29, and then ended up finish up there with a 28-point win. So just a big win overall. Great job by all the guys. There wasn't one person that came out here and didn't do something. Every single person contributed greatly to this win here tonight. So they have a lot to be proud of with this big win here tonight for this junior varsity Raider basketball team. So again, we appreciate you all for joining us. Again, a big thanks to all of our sponsors: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, the Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, Care J. Wolf, DDS PC, and Kenshaw Properties. Greatly appreciate all of you for sponsoring us. And again, to all of you Raider fans out there, thank you for watching us here tonight. Again, we got the varsity game coming up here in roughly about 15-20 minutes. They have a little event going on right now on center court, or out here on the court for Alexandria. So it might be a little bit longer than normal. But just look forward to that. Again, make sure to go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to our page, and watch us all season long. So, again, we'll be back at it again with varsity basketball coming up. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back here in about 15-20 minutes.